What's going on, everyone? I am joined by Kevin Natividad ahead of UFC Fight Night this weekend. He's going to be looking to get back inside of the win column and use this as a statement victory this week. How are you feeling for the fight, buddy?
I'm feeling great, man. This is honestly the most confident I've ever felt.
Yeah, and you've been able to have a lot of preparation for this fight as well. I know you've had it for 12 weeks, but to have that sort of time to prepare, what's that been like for you?
Well, yeah, like you said, a lot of time, 12 weeks, but even before that, man, I committed full time over at Fight Ready, and I'm actually here right now. If you, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm here at Fight Ready right now, and I started training here. I committed in November, right? So I've been training a lot, just trying to improve everything overall, and yeah, it's been great. The most scientific camp I've ever had and most well-rounded.
Yeah, and one thing to really credit you with is obviously the mentality that you've took towards this fight as well. I've seen through social media, very confident for this fight when other people might not be. But do you feel as though, they always say pressure makes diamonds. Do you feel as though this is going to be your moment this weekend to show people what you're really about?
100%, dude. I mean, and I agree with that. I do agree with that, the pressure makes diamonds thing, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't mind the pressure, you know? Like, exactly that. Pressure makes diamonds. I want more pressure, if that makes sense, because I can handle it, And at the end of the day, I think, or at the end of the day, after this fight, you're gonna see like one of the best versions of me.
Yeah, and now obviously you've made the transition to the new gym as well. In Arizona, it's becoming a great state for MMA. A lot of people are moving over there, whether they're coming even from Europe now. But in terms of the time that you spent at the new gym, what's that been like for you as a fighter in terms of making the improvements? I know you mentioned been a very more scientific camp, but what would you say is going to be the biggest difference from this bout to the last?
Well, I've always had an idea of like distance and like strategy, but training over here has given me like a whole new different perspective, you know? Like talking with Henry about borders and like the whole situation, and not just that, but like I actually have an official strength and conditioning coach too. And I've gotten, not only have I gotten stronger, but like everywhere technically, I just feel like I've gotten better because they have everything here. And besides that, we also have all the training partners too. Like my good old training partners over at AZ Combat Sports. Like I have a few. Cedric Tomboa, my brother, used to be down there too, and a good buddy of mine, Jafir Bukhari and Seth Wheeler. A great team, but like I needed more looks. And now I'm here at Fight Ready with like all the Mongolians, like Halatang Lee, Danaz here too, Arichi Long, Balajin, and another, just a bunch of stacked 35ers in our group too. Like I've been working with Casey Tanner. He's been one of my main training partners for this. Casey with Paris Stanford and Hunter Azur. I mean, I could just name everybody. Junior Cortez, or I think his name is Reyes Cortez. It's Tracy Cortez's older brother. Dude, and like figuring out, talking to the coaches how to deal with different styles as well, and a lot of the things that I've been lacking in my game.
100%. And then you mentioned there with the cultures, obviously each country pretty much brings a different sort of fighting style, or they have their own sort of methods. So to be surrounded by different styles and different sort of cultures as well, what's that sort of been like to seeing all these different perspectives on MMA?
It's so even though they all have different styles, like they really do a good job of blending it together, but not just like blending it together for like how do I say this? Like we blend it all together really well for each individual person. You know what I mean? Like I like what they've done and showed me what works for me, if that makes sense. So like everything that Eddie Cha does and everything that Santino does, like what they like and what they don't like, and we figure out how to put what we don't like and then blend everything together with both their styles. And even like boxing coach here too, Alan Vyers, like just working on my balance and making sure that I don't overcommit all the time, you know. And again, like the proper distance. So it's been really great, actually.
100%. And then in terms of taking a look at your opponent, I believe he's training out a Team Alpha Male and around those sort of people. But in terms of looking at him as an opponent, how do you see this fight going in terms of this weekend, in terms of just for yourself, your own performance?
So he's wild, you know, like wild, and I don't want to say he's like crazy reckless, because he is, but he isn't. But a lot of crazy energy and really spazzy to me. But honestly, like with the way how he is stylistically, I know he's got good jiu-jitsu, he kicks a lot, he throws his hands, but I feel like his distance is off, you know, like his management of distance. Seems like a nice guy though. But for the fight, I think I'll take him within 2 rounds.
100%. And then as well, sort of looking at this opponent, obviously it sets you up to give you that bit of momentum moving into 2023 as well. Obviously, I know you won't be overlooking this bout in any way whatsoever, but do you have a sort of goal of where you're looking to be next year, or is you 100% focused just on getting past this weekend?
Yeah, I'm taking one fight at a time, but yeah, I'm pretty much taking one fight at a time, but for the most part, I'm looking to re-sign with the UFC. So I'm looking to put on 2 great performances after this, because I have 2 fights left in my contract. So after I secure the 50 Gs in this fight, I'm going to try to secure another 50 Gs in the next one.
Yeah, and you mentioned there we're getting the 5 bonuses and all those things. Obviously, your time in LFA, it was phenomenal to watch in terms of the excitement there in the fights, and even now in the UFC, even though the results might not go the way, the excitement's always there. You never know what to expect. Do you feel as though, even though every fighter is always looking for the win, you also want to bring that excitement as well for the people that are watching the fight as well?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't every fight that I've had, I'm always trying to look for the finish one way or another, you know. I'm never looking to just win off of points, you know, like, because that at the end of the day is just me winning in the opinion of 3 other people. Like, I want to solidify a victory, and the best way to do that is to get a finish. So I feel like always looking for the finish is what makes everything exciting, you know.
100%. And then you mentioned there with the performance bonus, is there anything you think you'd do with a performance bonus? Is there anything that's in your mind a little bit thinking, oh, if I got that, I might get this? Or are you just sort of looking ahead to the fight?
Honestly, I don't know. I've talked about the bonuses a lot, like these last couple weeks, and I don't even know what I do with it, you know. I just like, I don't know. My wife's telling me to invest, and I'm like, oh, that'd be like the smartest thing to do, but I don't know. I'll take it as it comes.
100%. And then in terms of obviously taking a look at this bout again, just quickly, with the opponent that you've got stylistically, it makes it a very exciting fight. And you've already mentioned you're looking to close it within the 2 rounds. But do you also feel as though this is going to be one of the under the radar fights on the card? There's a lot of exciting fights, but this one for me, when I was looking for the card, stands out as extremely exciting. Do you see this one as being one of those under the sort of gone under the radar a little bit in terms of what the people might not expect to see?
I agree. I do think that's going to be an exciting fight that's under the radar, because, like, I don't know, a lot of people have been hating on both of us, if that makes sense. And it's kind of weird that people are hating on him a little bit more from what I've noticed, but I think it's because more people know him, you know. But like, I think it's going to be exciting because he has an exciting style. Like, he's kind of reckless, you know, and he's I mean, I think he's barely ever been put away. So I think that's why he's able to be a little bit more reckless. At the same time, thinking about it, for me, it makes me want to be the first one to put him away. So it's like, yeah, it's just, I think it's definitely under the radar for this one.
100%. And you mentioned there in terms of the sort of hate that a fighter can get, all it takes is for one decision to go one way or just to even get a loss, and people are very quickly turn on others. But for you, is that just sort of noise, or does it have any sort of effect, or do you just see it as sort of noise going into any fight?
Wait, well, sorry, what was the question again? My bad.
No problem. So in terms of, obviously, all it takes is just for one fight to go the wrong way, and fans are very quick to turn on a fighter.
Yeah.
In terms of, for you, is that just sort of noise in terms of it just goes in one ear and out the other when people are sort of giving that hate, or does it have any sort of effects on a fighter, do you think?
It used to have a big effect on me, you know, like it hurt my ego a lot. But now, like, if I'm thinking about what everybody's saying, then I'm not thinking about what I'm doing, you know. So now it's literally just noise. Now I don't even like look at comments or respond to them if they talk to me, good or bad. So yeah, all of that is just noise to me. What I need to focus on is myself and the fight.
100%. And then just a final thing from myself, if the fight fans don't know the name just yet, what is it that they can expect to see from yourself this weekend?
For me, a whole new version of me, like that you've never seen. I think that they're going to get the wrong idea of the type of fighter that I am. And I don't know. I don't want to give away too much just in case they watch this, because I know people that do. But yeah, you're going to see a different version of Quicksand, basically.
100%. Well, I appreciate your time very much. Obviously, this weekend, you can't miss a Quicksand. Any fight that is in, it's always an exciting one. I really do appreciate your time. Just want to feel free to chat our sponsors, socials, anything like that. Obviously, just feel free to go ahead, buddy.
Biggest sponsor, or the people that have supported me since the beginning. Hawaiian Fight Gear's been there since my first couple amateur fights. Blacksmith MMA, I can't say too much about them, but stay on the lookout for them. Amanda Warfield, she does my hair over at Warfield Hair Bar. And yeah, she's the one that gave me this last little Mohicans haircut. And you know, shout out to everyone over here at Fight Ready and at Arizona Combat Sports for all the support and all the love. Like, it means a lot, you know, and it motivates me. And everyone in Hawaii, my old jiu-jitsu team, 8-6 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Without them, I wouldn't even have gotten started.
Well, perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.